Hello, everyone. Welcome to the craziness. Can everyone hear me okay? I hope so. I am coming to you looking like a ball of tinsel, which actually I'm going to take this off because I'm very hot. Tens, tens, tens. Thank you, thank you. We love it. How is everyone? So I'm taking sound is great. Sound is great. We love that. Thank you so much. Yes, Renaissance vibes. That has to go to the side because I am burning. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Piece for Peace Crafting podcast. This is a live episode for the Tube Dudes Live. This is hour 3 of the festivities. I'm so happy to be here with you all. It's been a great day so far. Starting with Stuart at the WOOLPATCH. Wonderful, wonderful episode. Some great ideas in there. Some beautiful things to look at as well. And then we just had Kevin and Ray from Needles at the Ready, who gave us a lot of wonderful, quick ideas for all sorts of makes for the holidays, which is really lovely. And now you're here, hour 3 of the silliness. I'm very excited to be here with all of you. If you have not done so already, you can go over to the chat, and there is a little poll question, and you can answer that question. It's not for anything, it's just for fun. I will give the results at the end of this little live here. All right. Shall we get started? How is everyone doing? Are you all like tucked in? I have been, if I'm being honest, I ran really quickly to make another cup of tea so that my throat wasn't like completely dry while I was chatting with you all. I've been working on some socks while I've been watching. It's been such a fun day so far. I'm going to try to do my best to keep an eye on the chat, but if I'm being honest, it trips me up. It makes me feel a little bit out of sorts. So please feel free, write all the things, comment with folks. Stuart from the WOOLPATCH is going to be moderating this. So all the links will be dropped in the chat. And then once this video goes live, I will go back in and I will post everything down below for everyone. I think that's about it. Shall we get started? Oh, people are dyeing yarn. Folks are working on all sorts of things. I love this so much. Okay, so for me, if you are new to the channel, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have you all here. If you are coming back, you already know the drill. We're just gonna get into it. For me, the holidays mean so many things. For some of you, you probably think the holidays. It's a great time until you start cooking dinner. And you're like, how did I get myself roped into this madness? And then while you're at the table, you think, next year we will not be doing this. And then next year comes around and you're back at it. For me, the holidays have always been a time where I was in the theater most of the time. For those that don't know, my background, I was a professional dancer for a really long time. And so my holidays have always been in a theater, doing a production of the Nutcracker. So to me, it is a time for people coming together to celebrate community and yeah, just like sharing in art and culture with everyone. So for today, I would like to share a couple things that I think are going to be quick makes. Some things you can do, actually 2 of the things you can do with other people in your house, whether that be little ones or older ones that act like little ones. I will let you decide which category those people fall into. Yeah, and I think I had fun making them, and so I hope that you all will enjoy making them as well. So to start, where's my little one? Kendrick. Oh, also, there will be music sprinkled throughout because that's how I roll. But first, I have to get the dog over here. Kendrick, come here. Any other time I record, he wants to be near me. And today, he's like, please don't call me. Hey, friend, get over here. Hi. Come here. Hi. Jump up. All right, 1 second, everyone. He's coming. Don't worry. Hi, buddy. Okay, so for those that don't know, this is my little pup. This is Kendrick. We love him, obviously. So my first make that I hi, thank you for the kisses. My first make that I am going to talk about is going to be this brioche pup sweater. So if he'll let me, I'm going to try and hold him up. It's going to be giving the Lion King for a second. He's so mad. Okay, so here we are. This is a Stephen West pattern. I know, it's na cigogna. This is a Stephen West pattern. It is brioche. I'm going to take it off of him so then he can get down. He's like, I don't like this right now. It's a brioche sweater for the pup. I luckily was one of the arms up, friend. I was one of the test knitters for it. Thank you, buddy. You can go lie down now. One of the test knitters for it. And it's a great little pattern that's written for 3 colors. But like most of us know, you are the boss of your knitting. And so you can do it in any number of colors you want. I chose to go with 4. Actually, I think it's only done in 2. And I chose to do it in 4 colors. It's DK weight, so it's really quick. Some of us, maybe we know people who don't have little ones in their lives, but our fur babies are our children. And this would be a great gift for them or just for your little pup that you have in your house. I'm sure you could put this on a cat too. So it's brioche. I started with just a contrast color, and then knit opens up to the little legs. And then I threw on a splash of color at the bottom as well. The great thing about this pattern is that it is written for all sizes of your animal. So if you have, if you're a teacup person or you have a dog that could be classified as a horse, the pattern is easily modified for all of them. And yeah, I found it to be a super, well, not super fast because I was testing it, but as I was going through it, and because Kendrick is only 20 pounds, I found that this was a really quick knit and really engaging, super fun, especially if you like brioche. If you're new to brioche, I would say maybe this isn't the pattern for you, but if you've dabbled in it a little bit, I would say go for it. I know all of us are really, our pets are very special to us. We love that. All right, so before I move on, I'm going to slide over just a pinch. If you look behind me, right here, there are letters on a board. Now, this year, I've decided that I was going to place them on this board because last year I had a lot of feedback that my scroll that I kept unrolling was a little bit difficult for people to read. So to make things easier, I've placed all my letters on this little board behind me. You can take these letters and it will unscramble, or you can unscramble them to reveal the name of a fictional holiday character from one of my favorite holiday movies. It is this person's full government name. I'll give you that as a clue. And the other clue is this is a character who is a Chicagoland man who just wants to buy his family a pool for Christmas. These are your letters. The link to the word Scramble will be placed in the chat. It will also be down below once this live is finished. And I will pick someone to buy a pattern for. And since Kevin and Ray just went and they gave a dollar amount of $25, I will second that and say up to $25. So if you have a couple patterns or whatever, get it ready. I'll get you something fun if you can answer this. So again, that is a Chicagoland man who wants to buy his family a pool for Christmas. All right, have fun with that. I'll bring it closer toward the end. All right, moving right along. So we're looking for fast things that we can make for the holidays. I showed you that brioche pup sweater. The next thing I have for you all is a pair of mittens. Now, I know Kevin and Ray just showed some, and those are great too. And I'm just going to follow along on the train of tin can knits because, as we all know, or maybe some of us don't know, tin can knits, they are out here really doing the Lord's work. All the sizes are absolutely incredible. As I've said in the past, it goes from zygote to the grave. So you can definitely find a size for you. I have knit up. These are the world's simplest mitts or mittens. Uh, these normally, so this is a worsted weight pattern. Because I'm extra, I knit mine in worsted weight and I held mohair with it just to give me a little fun little texture or like some coloring to them. The yarn I used, I don't really. Oh, I do remember. It's Bare Naked Wool Company, and their Stone Soup. And then I held a mohair that is Murky Depths with it. The pattern is written for it to be a full mitten, right? So it covers your fingers. I chose to do them as fingerless mitts, but I used a modification from Caleb from Drowning in Yarn. There's a wonderful modification here on YouTube. I will link that below as well, to where you can make them just convertible mittens. So for me, it's been getting really cold here in the mornings. Some days it's been like 20 degrees, maybe a little bit colder than that, and I've had to go outside and take Gendrick for a walk. And so I definitely grab for these just because I can keep warm while I'm holding the leash. And then, when I need to do other things, maybe answer my phone or I'm just like checking something. Actually, when I'm snapping photos, if you follow me on Instagram and you see the pictures that I post on our walks, I can have my fingers and hands free while I'm doing that. And the tutorial is really great. He goes through and talks about how you're going to pick up excuse me, how you're going to pick up and continue knitting the pattern so that you can make them just like a regular mitten. Now, I haven't gone back and added like a little loop and a button, but you could definitely do that so that it stays attached. For me, I don't really care right now, but I will end up doing that at some point just because, I don't I don't want them flopping around as much as they do. So those are those. Oh, another thing, excuse me, is we love tin can knits, right? I would recommend everyone, if you have a smartphone, if you're living in the now and you have a smartphone, shout out to you if you're still using a flip phone though, like props. Download the Tin Can Knits app. Fantastic. These actually, because it is a free pattern, I'm almost 100% positive, these mittens are in the app. So you can have the pattern on your phone, go in, pick the sizing that you're wanting, and all of that information will be readily accessible to you right there on that little computer that we all have in our pockets at all times. I think it's really wonderful. Super fast knit. It was probably maybe 2 sittings of me doing this, maybe 3 if I took a little bit extra time to work on the convertible parts. But I do think that they are kind of the world's simplest mittens and named that for a reason. All right, so that's that. Next up, which I'm glad that I'm getting to show now because my head is a little cold and so I can wear it, is hats. It's cold, y'all. For some of us, it's cold. For others, it's probably very hot. Actually, in the chat, in the last 2 lives that I was watching, just depending on where people are from, someone was saying like, hello from a hot, hot, hot South Africa. It's burning there. You probably don't want a full wool hat like one that I'm going to show, but something that might be cute for you is, this is the teeny weeny beanie. This is a hat by John Philip Cleese, and it's modeled after that Jimmy Fallon, Paul Rudd, I think, skit. And honestly, you all, it's a DK weight. I'm pretty sure, almost positive. Pattern, and I wear this probably 85% of the time. I've fallen asleep in it. I always grab for it. I am someone who, when I go outside, I like for my ears to be not covered unless it's like frigid, frigid, frigid. I just want the top of my head to be warm. And so this is the perfect type of beanie for that. The couple things that drew me to it, I love that. Can we just, let's have a minute. Are you gagged as much as I am? That crown is stunning. It's beautiful. We live. It's folded, so you will have to do, I think you do some sort of attaching stitches at one point, and you fold up the little brim. It's not like you can unroll it. It's designed for the brim to be rolled up. And it's really cute. It's simple. This one was knit in primrose yarn, maybe. So it's like a half superwash, half natural wool. I definitely have this hat on. Like, I want to make it again because I wear this one all the time, and it would be nice to have it in multiple colors so that I can like switch out every now and then, because not everyone needs to see me in this at all the time. Quick knit again. I can't remember if I just said it or not. A couple of days. I don't remember the size needles that it's on because honestly, I knit this thing and put it down and then I wear it constantly. But I'm pretty sure the needle size is really big too. So that's hat one, teeny weeny beanie, John Philip Cleach, great pattern. Actually has another pattern out that's I won't talk about because I haven't knit it, but it looks really cool and we could all use a good hat pattern right now. All right, next is, I hope I'm not going too fast for everyone. So if you are here and you watched the podcast episode that I put out yesterday, kind of late yesterday, then you will have seen me talking about this hat already. So I apologize. Actually, I don't, because you know what? You're here again. You want to know and see all of the things. So thank you for coming back again. So this is a hat that I showed on the podcast, but it's done now. So this is the, oh, it's so good. This is the Jason's Cashmere hat pattern. This is, so the teeny weeny beanie is a paid for pattern. The mittens were free. This is also a free hat pattern by Melissa Thompson. And this pattern is a worsted weight pattern. This, if I had the time, could have been a one-day knit, probably two. I split it up over the course of 3 evenings. Very quick knit. I did do a modification to it. So I like my hats to be very fitted. I don't like, I think they were talking about in the last live that like sort of Hershey's Kiss top to a hat. It's just not my vibe. And so I cut out one of the repeats. I was like, this is going to be too long. Even looking at the pattern, the picture in the pattern, I was like, oh yeah, I don't want that. But again, the crown is really beautiful. I want to go back and tighten that up a little bit, but whatever, it's done. This was knit. Oh my gosh. Don't I look like I would just be so warm? This was knit using Piece Fleece yarn, and they're worsted. And that is 75% Navajo Rambouillet and fine domestic wool, and 25% mohair. So I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up very well, maybe a little bit, but it has a slight halo to it, which I think is really lovely. And the yarn is fabulous. The blue, chef's kiss. This is a Baltic blue color from Piece Fleece in the worsted. I'm obsessed. Yeah, it's so good. I think that I want to make another one. I will. Oh, I know what I was going to say. The yarn, while I had started it, was a little not stiff, but like it definitely held its shape. But after I wet blocked it, and then I have like a mannequin head that I put all my hats on once I blocked them to dry. It did soften up a lot, and yeah, it's a beautiful yarn. Like I have wanted to use it for a while, and so I'm glad that I finally did. It's super cozy, very yummy, all the things. We love it. So again, this is Jason's cashmere hat, not knit up in cashmere, but like it's fine. We're the boss of our knitting, right? Check that pattern out. All right, I'm gonna have another sip. For some reason, now I'm like, I'm even having a cough drop so that I can sound fantastic while I'm talking to all of you. But my throat said no. Again, if you are joining us a little bit later, here are my letters for the word scramble. I will bring it a little bit closer toward the end of this live episode. We are going to unscramble all of those letters, and we are looking for a fictional holiday character from one of my favorite holiday movies. And our clue for who that fictional character is, this is a Chicagoland man who wanted to buy his family a pool for Christmas. You're going to drop your answer in the link provided for the word scramble. And if you are chosen, then I will gift you with a pattern / patterns of your choice of up to $25. Have fun with that. I had fun putting it all together, like on the little board. Like I was like, oh, I'm so glad we have one of these in the house now. Also, too, if you can see the poll that's in the chat, please feel free to answer that question. To gift make or not to gift make? That is the question. Are we really spending our time making for others right now? Or are we saying, you know what? I'm good. These people, I don't have to make anything for them. You know what they're getting? A gift card to Target, which, look, I will take that gift card to Target, okay? All right, let's chat about a little music for a moment, shall we? Now that I have some space cleared off of the desk. Music for the holidays. I'm sure some of you, as soon as the pumpkins were carved and the spiders were put up in the windows, you started playing Christmas music. And please don't sit there and say, no, that wasn't me. We know it was. You had it on in the car. You've been listening to it nonstop. We applaud you. Get your life. So the first album that I am going to recommend for everyone, obviously because she has defrosted and her time is now, is the oh, the lights, the Mariah Carey Christmas album. Who doesn't know that it is that time of year when we hear "Whoa ah" in the grocery store? Wonderful album. Honestly, one of my favorites is "Oh Holy Night" and "Joy to the World" that's on this album. We love Mariah. We make jokes that, you know, this is her season. Although she's making mad bank. And actually, I think she's going to be in Chicago soon. She's like touring right now. What's happening? Mariah Carey Christmas. We love it. Second one that I'm going to share with you all is, this was gifted to me actually, and it's kind of like an old sleeve, so I'm a little bit nervous. Actually, and someone's name is written on it. Is Christmas with Chippy the Chipmunk. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, do you mean Alvin and the Chipmunks? I don't. I mean Chippy the Chipmunk. Now, maybe a little bit different. We live. Yeah, we love a high pitched, something fun for the kids, again, or the people who are adults who act like children in your life, and just fun holiday music. So there's the Chipmunk song, obviously, like a Jingle Bells is on there, the 12 Days of Christmas. We're loving it. So also check this out, Christmas with Chippy the Chipmunk, good times. Look, this is so old. Someone bought this for me, and someone's child wrote Sharon on it. Them kids, they don't know better. All right, moving right along. All right, so the next couple things that I want to chat about are some fun makes that I um, just over the past week started working on and making just because I thought that they would be cool holiday gifts and because I wanted to try them out for a while now. So I know a bunch of you, if you are fans, which obviously you are, that's why you're here, of Chip and Aaron over at Fiber Hustle. There was the dishcloth revolution that I think it was the second year that Aaron hosted that. And so some of us have dishcloths or washcloths that we made earlier in the year, and you're probably saving them for holiday gifts. And even maybe some of you are working on those things for right now. So I just wanted to give you a couple little things that you could put together like a little spa package if you have knit washcloth or something for family members, or maybe there's a teacher in your life. Simple little things that we can add to that to round out and make our holiday packages really beautiful. Dishcloth Revolution 2024 is coming. We love it. All right, so first up is I made these little, oh my gosh, they're so cute. These little felted soaps. I've been to a number of fiber festivals now, and I have, or like makers markets, and I've seen felted soaps at these events, and I'm always a little bit like, I don't know about that, but I actually do think they would be really cool. And the last time, I think was that, yeah, it must have been because I was with Kevin and Ray. We saw that a company was selling kits. Now, I gladly would have bought a kit, but because I have plenty of fiber in this house, and I was like, I will just use something that I have around. So all I did was I went to Whole Paycheck, and that's Whole Foods for those of you that don't know. And I just picked up some handmade soaps, and I went into my stash and I got some wool out. Now, the link to where I learned about this, or like that I watched in what I'm about to tell you, is linked below. It's a wonderful tutorial. I wish I knew the woman's name. I watched it a couple times and she's hilarious. Is so we have our soap here, and I just, oh my gosh, everything's gonna fall now that I need it. I just grabbed a bag of fiber that I have lying around. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna get a bowl of hot water. This is all in the tutorial, but I'm sharing it with you now. You're gonna get a bowl of hot water. You're gonna put a towel down because what? Spillage. You're gonna dip your handcrafted soap. This one smells like patchouli and sandalwood. It's really giving living down by the river in the side of a van vibes. You're going to dip this in the warm water, and then you're just going to, I drafted out the fiber a little bit, and you're just going to place a thin layer around the soap like this. And then you'll, with the water, just like sprinkle a little bit of the water on the wool and get it a little bit wet. And you're going to do the same process in the opposite direction. You're just trying to make sure that you, like, look, this is a poor way of doing it right now, that you're covering the bar of soap with the wool. Now, what's going to end up happening is as you keep going through and you're adding more water and you're gently patting it, is what the woman says in the tutorial, it will start to felt together. So if you have knit with non-superwash before, and maybe you've wet felted or spliced the ends of the wool together, you sort of already know like what the vibe is, right? We're gonna do that, and it's gonna felt, and then we're gonna start getting a little more aggressive with it. And then once it's to a place where we think, oh, this seems like it's pretty felted, and we've been using that hot water, we can then take it over to the sink and just like run it under some cold water to shock it. I will say, like, while I was doing it, obviously you're working with soap and water, so your hands are going to get a little bit soapy, and that bowl of water that you are using to like wet the wool, you can just rinse your hands off while you're going with it. I thought it was a really fun project, if I'm being honest. I just sat down and put my headphones in and listened to my audiobook for a while and just like went to town making these. Um, Allegedly, some of the great benefits of using felted soaps are it's like antibacterial. It's gonna provide, because it's wool, it's gonna provide you with that exfoliant. And it's like a natural washcloth, right? And then you're just gonna set it in your shower or your bath, wherever you are, wherever you clean yourself, and it'll dry out. And then, honestly, you're using more of the soap because it's staying contained within that little wool pouch as you keep using it. Then, once it's gone and the soap is no more, you can take that felt and you can put it outside in the garden or somewhere where a little bird, squirrel, if it's cold where you are, can take it. I've heard people like cut it up and put it in their plants. Um, yeah, we're not wasting, folks. So that's one. I say look at the tutorial. I'm so excited to use these. This wool was two colors, so it's giving us more of a marbled effect. And then this one was actually the wool that I just showed. It's a little bit lighter, but this gray, so fun. Really great project. Even the woman that's in the tutorial is like, it's great for kids. Like, get them in here, have them scrub dub dub, do all the things. All right. Next up, I'm running out of space. I'm running out of space. How do we feel about that? Let me pause for a second. How do we feel about that? Felted soaps. Let me know in the chat. What's going on? What are your thoughts? We love soap projects. Do they scrub? Yes. It's a little rough. We love that. It's different. It is different. And you know what? What a better time than to try something different. It sounds like it might hurt. I mean, I don't think you're using like Icelandic wool, but maybe. Yes, people are like, great idea. Let's try it. Let's do it. Yeah, we love that. 2 thumbs up. That's great. Honestly, get the babies. Some of us, we're probably still sitting at the kids' table, if I'm being honest. And why not have a great project to do with them? Because you don't want to be at the adult table where it's probably going to be a mess. Sit with the kids, get the wool out, make all of the things. All right. The next thing that I want to talk about, which won't have a link below, and I will tell you why in just a moment, is these. Now, no, they're not cupcakes, but I did put them in a little Tupperware so it looked like they were cupcakes. Again, we are continuing with our oh, that smells so good. With our spa treatment mix from our washcloths or dishcloths that we made during the dishcloth revolution. So we have a little thing that we can scrub with if we want. We have our felted soaps that we can use if we want. And these little guys, so I've put them in just cupcake muffin thing liners. I don't know what you call these things. But these are shower steamers. Now, this is for the Pinterest girlies. These are little steamers that you can make and put in the shower while your water is heating up, or even while you're in the shower, just like bathing yourselves. These are really cool. I've made a bunch. They're just in these little tins. And all it is, let me take one out of its little wrapper. So because I had mine in the little, oh, you can't see, it's so blown out. It's just like ridged, right? Because it's been in the cupcake thing. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this out. I'm going to turn on my hot water. I'm going to stick it in the shower. So fun. So basically what those are, and I would highly recommend Googling shower steamers. I didn't link anything below because there's like so many different ways of going about and doing it. And so I personally just did like a mashup of a bunch of things. And I also wanted to use things that were in my house. So I took Epsom salt, uh, a little bit of baking soda, yes, and a little bit of cornstarch, just something to thicken it up. Now, in a lot of the recipes that I looked up, you could use mica powder if you would like to change the color of the shower steamers. You could also use essential oils, which I'm probably going to go back and add more essential oils to it. I tried to be a little bit thrifty because I was using the things that were in my house, and I had some scented Epsom salt that smelled like eucalyptus. So I used that for it. I will say that for me, just because while they're drying, some of that scent is going to leave because evaporation is a thing, right? So as you're going through, just know that you're going to need more essential oil than you think you would, just so that the smell is in there longer. So basically, all you're doing is you're taking those things. I used a cup of Epsom salt, a cup of baking soda, and a fourth of a cup of cornstarch. I mixed those together in a bowl. And then I took a spray bottle and I just wet it. And then I mixed it and I wet it and I mixed it. And you are just looking for the consistency of like wet sand. Crazy. And then once you have it to that consistency, you are going to put it in your mold. So whatever that means for you. Some videos that I watch, people are using those not plastic, take that back. Those silicone molds, all sorts of shapes I found that I came across. So from roses to leaf patterns to snowflakes, people are so creative. The Pinterest girlies, they're out here doing it. And you're gonna press that into the mold, and then you're just gonna let it dry overnight. And then in the morning, you can pop them out and you can start using them. I think such a fun project. Another great thing that you can do with little ones, right? So nothing's harmful. They can put things in a bowl, they can mix things. You can give them little gloves if you want, and they can mix that stuff up. And then they can pat them into the molds and wait for them to dry. The great thing is then in the morning or the next, 2 days, depending on how fast it dries where you are, they can then take them into the bath with them and use them as little steamers. The aromatherapy from the essential oils or like the scented what's that called? Epsom salt that I use has been really great. I've used a couple of, I was like, well, I should use these before I go telling people that they need to make them on a live. And they're really great. I think they're super fun. It's been a great way to, just like do something for the cheap and for yourself, right? I think a lot of the times during this time of year, we have a tendency to think that a lot of energy has to be put out to people. And sometimes we forget about ourselves, right? And so some of that, and I think that's what makes us a little bit like stressed out or feeling anxious. It's because a lot of that energy is going out to other people and we're not taking time for ourselves. So even if you are taking a couple of these like projects and you're doing it for yourself, I think that that's good too. Like making a little shower steamer for yourself, especially when things are getting a little hectic. It's giving you that 10 minutes where you can just like, sit and be with yourself and just like, okay, let me be centered before all of my family comes over here and starts staring at my house and judging my Christmas tree. Yeah, super fun project. 2 thumbs up. I say yes, 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 yes. Not all essential oils are kids safe, so look that up first if they are for kids. Thanks, Star. That's a good tip, as I did not know that. Yeah, I would look up all of these things before you start doing anything with kids, because kids, they're like allergic to everything and nothing is good for them. So be safe with them. Cool. All right. So we have hats, we have mittens, we have soaps, we have things for our pets and our animals. We got shower steamers. The last thing that I'm going to share with you all is My favorite, I know I definitely talked about this the last time too, but it's my favorite holiday album. And that is pause. That is the Vince Guaraldi Charlie Brown Christmas album. I think that, I mean, there's a couple songs, yeah, that have lyrics, but just as like for the holidays this time of year, this is just like good music to have on in the background. Um, it's chill. Who doesn't love a little jazz moment while you're doing whatever around the house? I think that this album is, anytime I hear it, I'm like, oh, this makes me feel so warm and cozy. I could be out, I could be driving, I could just be chilling at home. And whenever this comes on, I am like, okay, it's gonna be good. I'm excited. I'm here for it. So check out Charlie Brown Christmas if you haven't heard it. If you haven't, I'd be really surprised. Or maybe you have heard some of the songs and you didn't know that that's what it was from. The other thing that I will mention, music wise, that I love is a Motown Christmas. That one I do not have on vinyl. I've been looking for it though. It's kind of one of those rare albums to find, but one day I will acquire it. That for sure makes me feel like I am a kid again. We definitely listened to a Motown Christmas like way too much, if that's a thing, during the holidays. And yeah, I really would love to find that just to like fill my home now as an adult with that music. I mean, I could do it on my phone or like, through Spotify or whatever. But to have it on vinyl would be really cool as well. So we are nearing the end of my time for the Tube Dudes Live. I hope you all found some things that you thought were fun and interesting, or if not, you just had fun sitting back and listening to me chat and ramble for a little bit, talking about the things that I've been up to and gearing up for the holidays. Again, if you want to do the word scramble, here, let's take it down. Hopefully, I don't take the lights with me. If you would like to unscramble these letters, you could be up for a $25 pattern or patterns. You're going to enter your answer in the link that has been provided over in the chat, or it will be linked down below. Again, this is a fictional holiday character from one of my favorite holiday movies. This is a Chicagoland man who wants to buy his family a pool for Christmas. That is what these letters are going to spell out. Holds, take a picture. You can do it. That link is going to be up for 24 hours. So once this ends, it will be another 24 hours. And then I will email someone based on who is entered in from the link to reach out to you to ask you what patterns you want. Those can be, it's whatever is accessible to you. So if you want the patterns on Ravelry, that's cool. If you want me to give something on Etsy or any other service, just let me know. It just has to be up to $25, or it can't be any more than $25. Hello. Yeah, next up is going to be the wonderful guys over at Fiber Hustle. You will not have to do anything. It is already set up for you. So once this live stream ends, it should take you right over to their channel and they will be starting momentarily. They're obviously, if you've been here the whole time, or maybe you just tuned in, there'll be a little bit of a gap so that you can refill your glass, maybe stretch your legs a little bit, go into the room and swap out projects because you're tired of working on whatever it is you're working on. Yeah, I really want everyone to find something that is small, easy, that you can give to people if that's your vibe. Even if you're a spinner, like spin someone just a skein of yarn and give that to them. I think that would be a beautiful gift. But we want to make it simple. We want to make it easy. I don't want anyone to be stressed out during this time of year. Take that time for yourself if you need it, which we all do. And don't be afraid of taking that time because it is really precious and it is good for you to just like have a moment to breathe. If this is your first time at checking me out, you can go back. There are a bunch of other podcast episodes that are up on the channel, and check them out. If you've enjoyed yourself and you haven't done so already, you can do all that fun YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. It's good for me. We're building great community around here. Yeah, and I can't wait to hang out with everyone over in the Fiber Hustle chat, and then for the bonus Tube Dudes, where we all get back together shortly and have a little chit chat with all of us. So thanks so much for hanging out with me for the past, I don't know, 45, 46 minutes. And until I see you next time, make a peace, spread some peace. Peace.